Whether it's a product for home or business, farm or factory, you can be sure if it's Westinghouse. Rival Dummy, adapted for television by Worthington Minor and David Opatashu.
Just a small brandy, Mr. Lawrence. It's a cold night.
But I did not order a brandy.
Sure, I know. It's on the house.
I cannot accept favors. Please remove it.
Oh, it is nothing. For an old customer, it is nothing.
But I do not understand you. I came here for the first time a week ago.
Sure. But the 7 nights is an old customer in this business. Do me a favor. Don't make me pour it back in the bottle. I will only waste it.
Well, since you are so persistent, don't accept my thanks. And may I drink you to your kindness and generosity?
Sure. Salute.
And now, if you'll be good enough and tell me how much I owe you.
Oh, let me see. Spaghetti, coffee, $45.
It is for you, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Lawrence. Always glad to have.
Besides, I haven't been here in years. Dante! Oh, hello. Oh, did you think you were never going to see me again?
Well, they come and they go. Let me see, what is it, 2, 3 years? Or sometimes it's much longer. But they always come back.
Oh, that's because we all love you. Oh, Danny, this is Mr. Davis. I've told him all about your rhubarb and lacrima crispy. Oh, his tongue's hanging out.
I see you have a big hit, Miss Jones, eh?
Oh, isn't it wonderful? I'd begun to think it would never happen.
Shall we move to a table, Wichita, or would you rather stay at the bar?
Let's sit here. I used to sit here when I was dead broke. And Daddy would feed me a cup of coffee and a spot of brandy on the house. Oh, that's why I've never stopped loving you, Dante. Seems like yesterday.
Yesterday can be yesterday, and yesterday can be 10 years ago. Will you have something while the rumbaba is getting ready?
Yes, some of that brandy of yours. Oh, I'll probably get very sentimental and start to drool all over the bar, but... Dante, isn't that Gabbo?
No, Miss Jones, that's a Mr. Lawrence.
No, it's Gabbo, I know it is. I'm going to see
Oh, no,
it.
Miss Jones, please sit
Gabbo? Gabbo.
Excuse me, but my name is Lawrence, and as you can see, I'm blind.
Oh, I'm sorry, Gabbo. But it's Wichita, you must remember.
Excuse me, madam, my name is Lawrence, Mr. Paul Lawrence, and I do not know anyone by the name of Wichita.
What is it, Gabbo? You can't just pretend like
Now,
that.
excuse me, mademoiselle, I told you my name. I am not Mr. Gabbo, and I've never heard of you before.
But this is absurd. How could you possibly think I don't know you? Why, you're Gabbo the Great,
please.
and we...
Hey, now see
The
here.
name is Lawrence,
I
madam.
have a good mind.
Bill, let him-
Lawrence is the name.
Come, Mr. Lawrence. It is getting late.
I don't get this Wichita. It's just I'm coming to this cafe
You
and...
wouldn't understand, Bill. But he was very good to me once. It was Gabbo, wasn't it?
Yes, but he doesn't want anyone to know.
But he's aged so, Dante. Why, he's an old man. I remember the first time I met him. It was in Joe Ferris's office, just about 10 years ago. I'd seen him a few days before that.
Yeah?
Yeah, that's fine, sweetheart, only you just don't rate the big time anymore. Oh, sure, I can get you club dates anytime. Many as you want, but I can't. Okay, sweetheart, okay. Call up Beck. Call Sam Harris. Call any of the boys. They'll tell you the same thing.
All right, you hate Joe Ferris, but Joe doesn't hate you. But drop in someday and we'll talk it over, huh? Yeah, bye, sweetheart.
Hey, it was kind of tough, boss.
Well, you gotta be tough.
One thing I learned, it's no kindness to kidding. You're only making it harder for yourself. You know, 12 years ago, she had this town like that. You couldn't buy her for $2 grand a week. And what happened? Nothing much. She just got tired. Her face got tired, and her voice got tired, and in here she got tired. Why not? She was getting old. Now, if God had to make anything like a woman, why did he have to make her grow old? Kill him? Okay. But did he have to make him grow old? Well, how does it stack up for Christmas week?
It's a great bill, boss. You lay an Ina Claire and it'll be out of this world.
Read it off to me.
Now, we got Belle Baker, the Dolly Sisters, Frank Van Oven, Van and Skink, Joe Jackson. All we need's an extra closing. I don't like it. You don't like it?
No.
Listen, boss, with a lineup like this, I can get you publicity that'll knock your eye out.
No. Look at him. There's not a new face or a new name in the list. If we don't find some new blood to bring along, vaudeville's gonna die on its feet.
Yeah, but you can't risk a flock of new acts in the palace at Christmas.
That I grant you. Okay, we gotta pour on the heat to Claire. Is that it?
That's it.
Well, let's see what we can do. Hello, sweetheart. Get me Ina Claire.
Right away, Mr. Ferris. It's Roy, 0742, please. I'm afraid there's not much use in waiting, hon. He's never going to get to you today.
Thanks, but I think I'll wait just the same.
Hello? Hello, is Miss Claire there? Oh, just a moment, Miss Claire. Mr. Ferris calling. Miss Claire on 2, Mr. Ferris.
Ina Claire, really?
Really? That'll go on for hours. Do you realize you've been sitting there since 2 o'clock?
I
That's
know.
almost 4 hours.
Feels like I got roots. But if I left here, I'd just have to go sit someplace else, and that might be even more uncomfortable.
Tell me something. Honest to goodness, hon. Wouldn't you be a lot happier back in Kansas?
Oh, you've never been in Wichita, have you?
No.
I thought not.
Is that fair?
The only nice thing about Kansas is the people that don't live there anymore. I sometimes wonder how there's enough left to call it a state.
Good afternoon.
Hello. I suppose you're trying to see Mr. Ferris again. He's pretty busy.
Oh, have you any idea how long he will be?
Not an idea in the world.
I see. Well, I have a few moments to spare before my next appointment, so I will just sit here if you don't mind. In the interim, it may very well be that Mr. Ferris will find himself free and will be able to grant me an interview.
Take any seat in the house.
Thank you, mademoiselle.
You're welcome.
Please, do not mention it.
Do you mind if we stop here? You know, this can go on all day.
Mademoiselle.
Hello.
Oh, good
You're
afternoon.
late. I was looking for you around 3 o'clock.
I'm sorry, but I was unavoidably detained. May I?
Sure.
Thank you.
I'm glad you finally got here. There's been a soul to talk to in over an hour. You know, if we're going to keep meeting like this every day, we ought to introduce ourselves. My name's Jones. What's yours?
My name is Gabbo.
Gabbo? Honestly? You ought to team up with the Marx Brothers. What's your real name?
Her real name is Gabbo the Great.
Oh, I see.
And you are Miss Jones, huh?
That's right, Wichita Jones.
Wichita. Oh, I never heard this name before.
It's a terrible place in Kansas. My father was a traveling clergyman. He named all us kids after the places we were born. My brother's name is Coldwater, and one of my sisters is Pretty Prairie. Isn't that crazy? Now, I was born in a place called Protection, but you just couldn't give a girl a name like that. So they called me Wichita.
Wichita. Wichita. I would say this is a very musical name.
I'm so used to it, I wouldn't know.
And what do you do, Miss Wichita? Jones. As an artist, I mean.
Oh, sing, dance, almost anything.
Hmm?
I was the sensation of Kansas before I left. But since I got here a year ago, I've had trouble getting people to say hello to me, much less give me a job. If I ever did get a chance now, I'd probably be so scared I couldn't move.
No.
Gee, supposing I really couldn't. That'd be terrible. Let's see.
honey, do you mind?
Bravo, bravo, bravo.
Thanks. And what about you?
Oh, my partner and I...
You have a partner.
Oh, yes, I have. And I wish you would meet him someday. I'm sure you will like him.
I'll make a deal with you.
And what, a deal?
You know, a bet, sort of. Whichever one of us gets him there to see Ferris first treats the other to a cup of coffee.
Oh, that is what you call a deal?
That's a deal. I certainly hope one of us gets him there soon, because I'm awful hungry.
Hiya, beautiful. Boss in.
To you, Mr. Schwartz, anytime. Just let me see how he's doing.
Okay, honey. Hi, you Wichita. You still punching?
That's right.
That's the spirit, kid. You stay with him. Oh, wait a minute. You're not Gabbo, are you? Gabbo the Great?
That is correct, sir. But I do not recall our meeting, possibly abroad somewhere.
Oh, no. We never met, but I saw you in, no, wait a minute. Brussels, I think.
Oh, Brussels, yes, I have played Brussels many times.
Oh, yes, that must have been about 5 years ago, say. You were swell.
Thank you.
Okay, Benny. You can go right in.
Thanks, beautiful. Say, I'll have to have a talk with Ferris about you.
I shall be greatly indebted, sir. Thank you.
Something tells me you're going to owe me a cup of coffee.
Sit down, Benny. You look so happy, I know something's wrong.
Well, it's not that bad, boss, but it seems like we have a little We got a little situation up in Syracuse. Seems like one of the acts walked out.
Which one?
Oh, Madame Poopdedink, whatever her name is, that Slavic soprano of yours. Do you know that one of her artistic abilities included the fine art of knife throwing?
Don't tell me she murdered somebody. Boy, could we play that up?
No.
Oh, what a shame. Now I could just see those headlines in Variety. Diva digs Dirk in dancer.
Dead. Will you give me a chance, Sid? Look, it's this way, boss. Seems every night before her act goes on, she has to step out of her dressing room with a knife that long in her hand. Well, before she'll step on, she's got to throw that knife halfway across the stage. If it sticks up, she goes on. Well, no one pays much attention to her because she's pretty good with a knife. But last night in Syracuse, she steps out of her dressing room, throws the knife, it sticks and flops over. All of a sudden, she lets out a shriek, tears out of the theater with $200 worth of sequins in her back. Believe it or not, she blows town and no one's seen her since.
Okay, what do we got to do? Get another act on the train tonight?
Yeah, that's about it. Say, maybe we're in luck. There's a fella I seen when I was scouting in Brussels for Beck. He's not bad.
What's his act?
He's a belly growler. He's got a dummy by the name of, I don't remember. He's cute, though.
Well, Syracuse has had to suffer before. It may as well suffer again, huh? Get him in.
Okay, boss. Oh, Mr. Gabbo. Mr. Gabbo, would you come in a minute?
Good afternoon, gentlemen. You are Mr. Joseph Ferris.
Yeah, that's right. This is my publicity man, Sid Lane. Benny, you know. Sit down.
Pleasure is mine, gentlemen. Allow me to introduce myself. I'm Gabbo the Great. And if you don't mind, Mr. Ferris, I prefer to stand.
Suit yourself. So how long you been in this country?
Oh, 1 year and 2 months. You see, I wish to polish up on my accent before I stepped on the boards. You say that stepped on the boards, do you not?
No, but it doesn't matter. Oh, say, is that your press book? You better show it to Mr. Ferris.
Oh, yes, of course. I speak 8 languages fluently, gentlemen. I appear everywhere in Europe, the entire continent. Gabbo is known from Warsaw to Lisbon. Allow me, gentlemen. These are international critiques. Notices, as you say.
Yeah. Say, wait a minute. Say, Benny, take a look at these. These things aren't just good, they're raves.
But of course.
Yeah, but they're in French.
Yeah. Say, tell me something about your act, Gabbo. What makes it different?
Well, I would say it borders on the sophisticated, Mr. Ferris. Vignettes of a satirical nature, songs, bright repartee.
Sounds terrible. Maybe I'd better just read what it says here, huh?
Yes.
Oh, by the way, any commitments?
You mean, am I engaged by any theater at the moment? No.
Got an agent?
Excuse me, but Gabbo always represents himself.
I see. Well, what do you think, Benny? Should we take a chance?
What do you got to lose, boss?
Okay, you take the train to Syracuse tonight, open there tomorrow afternoon, I'll give you $250, no guarantee.
I'm sorry, gentlemen, but if we are to discuss business, I shall have to have my partner to be present.
Partner?
Yes, he's right outside. I won't be but a moment.
How you doing?
I shall tell you in a moment. Attention aux affaires, excuse me. Gentlemen, allow me to introduce my partner, Pepe.
The one outside was prettier.
Now, Pepe, this is a business conference.
Money?
Yes, exactly.
Forget the dame and let's get down to business.
Now, Pepe, Mr. Ferris has offered us a contract for $250 a week. Well?
Oh, you realize, of course, this is the first engagement.
Not enough.
Well, how much do you expect, Pepe?
How much can we get?
Well, What? What?
Let him talk.
Now, look, gentlemen, I haven't got a lot of time. Is it a deal or isn't it?
I'm terribly sorry, gentlemen, but the terms are unsatisfactory to my partner.
$275.
Not enough.
Sorry. How much did you expect, Pepe?
Let him talk.
300, and that's the top.
Sold. He meant it.
All right, I'll have my secretary prepare a contract right away. Come on in, sweetheart.
Oh, excuse me, gentlemen, just one thing. We would need 2 contracts. 2 separate contracts. One for my partner and one for myself.
Any way you like. How do you usually split, 50-50?
No, no, no. I would like you to make my contract read $200 and Pepe's $100.
What do you mean $200 for you?
I want you to make out a couple of contracts, sweetheart, and we'll have to get a reservation for Mr. Gabbo on the train to Syracuse tonight.
2 coffee?
Yeah.
Coffee.
Now what?
Oh, forgive me, gentlemen, but my partner just reminded me of another small item.
No, I'm not interested in going any higher.
No, sir. It is only a matter of a small advance. You see, unfortunately, we have to meet certain obligations.
All right. How much do you want, 50, 100?
$1, sir.
$1?
Exactly. You see, it is only a matter of 3 cups of coffee.
Gee, this is going to be awful welcome. It's a good thing one of us got a job today. Do you mind if I guzzle a bit?
No, not at all.
Good.
With the new customers, we like to offer a little welcome. Would you like a small round of brandy?
Oh, thank you very much, monsieur. This is the most gracious offer. But only 2. My partner doesn't drink.
Sure.
What are you looking at?
Oh, nothing, please. Nothing, please. Please forgive me.
You know, I don't think he likes me.
Pepe?
He's been scowling at me ever since we sat down. What's the matter, Pepe? Don't you like me?
Pepe, the lady has spoken to you.
Je ne veux pas lui parler.
Je Please forgive Pepe. He feels that he's in the way. He's so sensitive, please.
Gee, he's real. I can't stop thinking there's actually someone else sitting there.
Oh, but of course there is.
Sure. Tell me, how long you 2 been together?
Oh, for a very long time. And we went through a great deal over the years, so naturally we
Stop talking about me. Tell her what you wanted to tell her.
Was there something you wanted to tell me?
Oh, nothing, please, really. It's no good. I really should... you see, it is only that long time ago. You are like... But please let us not mention it.
You know, I'll bet you're going to be a terrific hit in Syracuse. I bet no time at all you'll be coming into the palace with your name up there in lights. Oh, thanks so much.
Sure.
And when we do get to the palace, you must be our guest, Miss Jones. I will have you as my guest, huh?
Will I?
Is it what you call a deal?
Let's drink to that. To the palace.
To the palace.
It's after 11, boss.
Yeah, then he should have called an hour ago.
Wouldn't tomorrow be soon enough?
No. If the report's flocking in all right, we got to get that guy into contract tonight, or some chiseler will steal him away from us.
Hello? Hello, Benny. Yeah, he's right here.
Hello, Benny. What kept you so long?
Boss, I just got back to the hotel.
Well, how was he?
Boss, you won't believe this. What we heard was nothing. This Continental clown's got something that happens only once in 10 years. It's like... No, it's not like anything you believe.
Well, go on.
Look, he does 5 encores. He holds up the show for 7 minutes. They got to turn the house lights on to quiet the crowd. And this is Syracuse.
Did you get him signed up?
No, but I got his word. Oh, but look, we got to put one thing in his contract, or that partner of his is going to turn thumbs down on the whole deal.
Okay. How much more does he want?
And that's the nuttiest part about it. He didn't even ask for a raise, but he wants the palace, and he wants it Christmas week.
The palace?
The palace.
Well, if he's that good, why not?
Do I give it to him?
Give it to him. And give him $100 raise from Santa Claus. The palace. Can you imagine?
I don't know, but I sure wish he'd go back.
Okay, kids, I'm doing the orchestra. You're on.
We should have rehearsed the funeral march.
Oh, come in.
Gabbo! Gabbo, it was terrific! Oh, Pepe, I've got to hug you, too. Oh, I never saw anything like it, Gabbo. Could you hear that audience? Could you hear them? It wasn't just the applause. Why, half the time they were crying right out loud. Oh, thank you for getting me a seat tonight and letting me see it happen. I never would have believed it. I mean it. I've read those out-of-town reviews, but I never would have believed it. Oh, what a wonderful Christmas present for both of you. Oh, I'm exhausted. What's more, I'm discouraged. After seeing you two tonight, I want to pack up my bag and go right back to Kansas.
Oh, no, you're going too.
Now, Pepe, let me handle this.
Why?
Because Miss Jones is my guest. Now, I suggest that you sit here and be very quiet.
Why?
Because I said so.
Who paid for her seat?
We both did.
Then she's our guest, not yours. She's
Now,
my guest, too.
why do you have to...
Please, I've laughed all I can.
You laughed, Miss Jones. Oh, you laughed.
Well, wasn't I supposed to?
Oh, for the others, yes, it was to be expected, but I should have thought that you, with your eyes and your heart, you would have seen. Oh, yes, I thought you would have seen.
Gabbo!
Say, that's the greatest thing I ever saw. It's the greatest thing since Frank Tenney. Hello, Wichita. Were you out front tonight?
Yes.
Say, listen, I just left Ferris at the box office. He's out of his mind. He's thrown a little party, and it's all in your honor.
Thank you very much. It is very gracious of Mr.
Listen,
Ferris.
now, here's the address. You just take off your makeup and grab a cab. If you'd like to come along, Wichita, it'll be all
Thank you
right.
very much, but I'm afraid we'll be a little late. You see, I have an engagement I must keep first.
Oh, that's perfectly all right. Take your time. Say, bring your engagement along with you.
I shall try my best.
Okay, then I'll see you soon, huh?
Well, if you have an engagement, I guess I better be running along, too.
Oh, please, Miss Jones, do not go.
But I don't like being in the way.
You will not be in the way. You are the engagement, Miss Jones.
Me?
Yes, I thought that we go over and see our old friend Dante. I planned it so for many weeks.
Well, I guess so.
Oh, I have so much to discuss with you tonight. It is, shall we say, a proposal. Oh, I mean a business proposal, of course.
Don't go, Wichita, don't.
Now, Pepe, don't interfere. For the last time, don't interfere.
Then take me with you. After all, it's our opening night.
Very well. If Miss Jones doesn't mind.
Well, of course you're coming, Pepe. What sort of a party would it be without you? Besides, you can be my chaperone.
And now, if you don't mind, to wait outside a little bit.
Of course.
Oh. Like fingers, they are now dead and cold. But they are not cold. They are warm with life. Pepe and I will join you directly. Hmm?
Now that you've seen part one of The Rival Dummy, let's turn to our Westinghouse program. The dinner nobody cooked Say, are you trying to tell us that dinner cooked itself?
That's right. And watch. I'm going to show you exactly how. The secret is this beautiful Westinghouse electric range. It cooked the whole dinner automatically. This oven cooked my roast. It was about 12 pounds, but you can see it's big enough for a 20-pound roast. Now, how about the rest of the meal? You haven't seen anything yet. Look. A second oven, even bigger than the one you just saw. Did you ever see such space? We call this our Westinghouse Miracle Oven. And here's why. I baked this pie on the very highest rack position. Right here. And you women who bake know that's really a miracle. Yes, the heat in a Westinghouse oven is so evenly distributed, so perfectly controlled, you can actually bake in any rack position. Then, in the same big oven, I put my casserole, nut bread, and, of course, all 8 potatoes. Then I just set the timer, and nobody cooks the meal. The range takes over, and I know that all the food will be ready to serve piping hot at the same time. So now you see how this dinner for 8 was cooked automatically. You need 2 ovens to do that. You need a Westinghouse double oven range.
And there are plenty of other reasons why women who like to serve good dinners and families who like to eat them need a Westinghouse double oven range. No other range in the world gives you more cooking space. No other range bakes as well as this one. So come in and see the cookinest range ever. The Westinghouse Commander. Of course, it's electric. Now let's return to Studio One and the rival dummy.
This is the world. You seen this?
No.
Hey, listen to this, will you? This is the sun. It is unfair even to rate this performance. It is sufficient to say that it possesses the magic of true theater and perhaps of life itself. For all the gales of laughter which rocked the rafters of the old palace last night, the essential quality of this act was one of tragedy, poignant, elusive, always just below the surface, but always present. It was Pagliacci on Olympus. Why, the Sun hasn't had a good word to say about anyone since Maud Adams.
I understand Walcott's going to do a Sunday column on it.
I'll give Flo Ziegfeld 2 more hours. If he hasn't tried to steal the act by then, I'll buy you all a meal at...
Where?
Child's.
Hey, what happened to Gabbo last night anyway? I thought you said he was going to turn up.
Well, I said he had an engagement.
Who with?
I don't know, I didn't ask him.
You didn't ask him. Mary, is that contract signed or not?
What contract?
Gabbo's.
Oh, sure. Both of them. And here's a laugh. You know his partner's contract is signed with an X. So when I looked at it, I said to him, you know, kidding. X marks the spot, huh? And he says right back at me, serious as they come. No, mademoiselle, a cross marks the spot. Should have stuck to that glove counter at Gimbel's.
Well, they're terrific. I never read a set of notices like them.
Yeah.
Yeah? This is what keeps a body in show business, I guess. Just when you're getting so you think you know everything and it all begins to make you a little sick at your stomach, something like this hits. A bolt of lightning. And all of a sudden, you're just a kid again, stealing 4 bits to buy your way into the peanut gallery just to get a bird's eye view of... Say, by the way, how many options we got in that contract?
5 years.
That's enough. In 5 years, they usually start a slide. See who that is, Sid.
Yeah. Well, come in, come in.
Oh, forgive me. Well, I hope it is not inconvenient.
So what gets you out of bed at this hour of the morning?
I was just going to call you, Gabbo.
Thanks. I'm not intruding then.
Oh, not a bit. Take a seat.
Hey, it's not a bad press you got this morning.
press? Oh, the critiques. Oh, yes, very good, very sensitive. Only my partner was a little disappointed. His name appeared far less often than he had hoped.
Well, where is Pepe? I hope you didn't leave him by himself. He'll get awfully lonesome.
Yes, I am terribly sorry, but we had a little disagreement this morning, but it is nothing. It'll pass. Blow over, as you say. May I?
Well, sure.
Thank you.
Anything particular on your mind?
Well, Mr. Ferris, to be absolutely frank, there is.
All right, what is it? Shoot, I'm still strong. It's early in the day.
Well, it is, well, this is most embarrassing, gentlemen, because all the years I have never before had to ask such things.
All right, how much?
Pardon?
You want a raise, don't you? All right, how much?
Oh, it is not for myself, Mr. Ferris. Please understand this. Is it for the act? Only for this I would come to you. But for the good of the act, I would like to add a little something extra.
Uh-huh. For the good of the act, you want to write a new contract, huh? You fellas killed me.
No. It is only that I felt it very much last night. I would like to add a new personality to the act.
Are you kidding?
No, I am most serious.
Now, look, Gabbo, on principle, I'm against it. Now, you got a great act. That's not something that happens every day. And it's a delicate thing. You try to push it and you ruin it. I've seen it happen again and again.
Oh, Mr. Ferris, I do not do this without much thought. I haven't slept last night thinking about it. And I know that we must add something we had never had before. I would add, gentlemen, a woman to the act.
You want to add a woman to the act?
Yes, and that would mean, I have made such a commitment, that would mean $100 extra a week.
What will she do?
Well, I cannot say so soon. It must be given time to grow, to find its place. For the moment, she will be only a help, as you may say, an inspiration to me.
Mm-hmm. Do you get it? Do you get it? I don't get it.
Well, I think, Mr. Ferris, as an artist, this must be left to me.
Well, what does your partner say?
My partner has nothing to do with it. If he would, I should have brought him with me. And please, Mr. Ferris, don't think that we want you to bear this complete burden. We would like to share this cost with you.
Oh, forget it. The money has nothing to do with it.
Oh, but this is most important, Mr. Ferris. If you would pay half of this expense, $50, you may deduct the rest from us, $25 apiece.
You mean you want me to dock Pepe and you after that set of notices?
Yes, Mr. Ferris, I wish it so.
And if I refuse?
Well, then I'm afraid my partner and I will not be able to go on.
Uh-huh. Okay, $1 bill a week. But I warn you, if it crabs the act, I reserve the right to make you pull it. I want that in writing.
Now that, Mr. Ferris, I shall have to discuss with my partner. And now I will not take up any more of your time, gentlemen. Good morning.
Just a minute, Gabbo. It's a matter of interest. This can get quite a play in the press, you know. What's the name of this doll you're at?
Oh, yes, I had almost forgotten. I should like all such publicity to read Gabbo the Great with Wichita Jones. Good morning, gentlemen.
Wichita? I might have known it. She was his engagement last night.
Is that the little blonde's been hanging outside here for 3 months?
Yeah, the same one.
Well, you learn every day. Never thought that kid would go in for anything like that. But I guess a gal will do almost anything if she gets hungry enough. And that kid was hungry.
Benny, check one thing. The first show that kid goes on, I want to be there. I want to be there in the 4th row.
I'll do that, boss, and I'll be right there beside you. This I want to see.
Pepe, speak to me.
Didn't that used to be a bar?
Yeah.
Pepe, can't you hear me? I'm talking to you. Answer me.
Boy, that must be a really lousy house.
It's not the house, it's that blonde. She's sure queer at this act.
She seems sort of cute, too. I don't get it.
All right, Pepe, if you don't want to talk, sing.
Stand by, kids. Take it, Mr. Gabbo.
Oh, Mr. Stage Manager, send on the next act.
I always wanted to play the Palace. Now that's all.
Oh, Miss Jones.
Oh, don't say anything,
Now,
Gabbo.
please, Miss Wichita. The laughter that has all been dressing. There is no real laughter for Gabbo and Pepe. But before, no one saw what went on in our hearts. And now you come in and your sensitive, gentle eyes watch us, and suddenly they see us through your eyes, and the laughter dies. They have seen Gabbo and Pepe for the first time. Through you, because of you.
But it wasn't like that. It was cold and something was gone.
Oh, nothing was gone, my child. Nothing but the laughter.
Pepe, you tell me. You tell me. You say he's telling me the truth.
But he doesn't know the truth. He cannot know the truth. He cannot tell you. Pepe, for Christ's sake, why do you do that? Why do you always talk about me?
Stop it. Let him speak. Let him tell me. Pepe, please tell me the truth. Someone's got to tell me the truth. Thanks, Pepe. That's what I really wanted to know.
Joe.
All we can say is why. This is the graphic. After considerable fanfare in the press, a superb act at the Palace last night added a new element. A curvaceous blonde named Wichita Jones. Let us confess at once that Miss Jones is a luscious eyeful. Without a doubt, she belongs. But if we may be permitted to suggest, she belongs in Kansas, not in the Palace.
There's Benny.
Outside phoning someone.
Get him in.
Boss wants to see you, Benny.
Okay. Forget it, hon.
Did you get him?
Nope.
There's nothing for it, then. I'll just have to give him his notice in writing.
Yeah, you really have to do that, boss?
Now, what else can I do?
I can't understand it. He had one of the greatest acts ever to hit the Palace. Looks like there ought to be some way of putting it to him so he'd have to listen.
Maybe you can. I've given up.
Well, look, let me try, huh? I'll take your notice in my pocket if you want me to, but let me try first.
What are you going to say?
Well, I don't know, but let me try.
Suppose he's crazy about the kid. Men of that age, when it hits them bad.
You'll be good enough to remember, Miss O'Malley, that you're addressing a man of that age.
Oh, gee, Mr. Ferris,
Forget it, sweetheart. I'm very happily married. For the 5th time. Okay, Benny, talk to him if you want. But make one thing clear to him. If Wichita isn't out of there by Saturday night, he's out.
But can you do that, Mr. Ferris? He's got a 26-week contract firm.
So he's got a contract. But it doesn't say he's got to play the Palace, does it? Sure, he plays if he wants to. I got the nicest 26 weeks for him you ever heard of. One night stands from Amarillo, Texas to Billings, Montana. You know, I got a hunch if that partner of his ever saw that itinerary, he'd yell so you could hear him all the way to New Haven.
You really think he talks things over with that dummy, don't you?
I don't know. So help me, I don't know.
Gosh, it's a screwy business, isn't it? No kidding, isn't it?
Go on, get out of here. Talk to him, Benny, see what you can do. But take my advice. Give the Blondie Stone a good, long, impassioned kiss before you do.
That I'll do, boss.
Okay. All right, sweetheart, what's on the docket?
Nothing important, except... Oh, wait a minute. I want to show you something.
What's that?
Mail. 1 day's mail for Pepe. All from women. 11 of them, I think it is, offer themselves in marriage. You imagine a woman sitting down seriously and writing a love letter to a hunk of wood.
I didn't know there were that many desperate women.
You're not as bright as you look, Mr. Ferris. I'll get the rest of the mail.
Permit me to take you for supper tonight?
If you want.
I want very much.
All right, I'll take off my makeup and pick you up.
I'll be waiting. Good evening, Mr. Schwartz. No one told me you were here.
Well, I was waiting for you.
Have you been out front tonight?
No?
Ah, that's too bad. It was better tonight. Very much better.
Yes, I heard the applause.
Well, I am very much pleased with the way it is going. The laughter is less, to be sure, but there are other values coming through.
What?
You took the words right out of my mouth.
If there are any weaknesses now, they are due to Pepe's mood. He's angry with me for some reason I cannot explain, but that too will pass. Yes, Mr. Schwartz, it will pass.
Now, look, Gabbo, you know and I know that you got a great act. But you know and I know that it's dying on its feet.
Now, that, Mr. Schwartz, is a matter of opinion.
Look, Gabbo, there ain't no opinion in show business except the public. When you got 'em, it's swell. When you lose 'em, it's murder. Am I right?
Right.
Now, you keep out of this, Pepe. You see, that's where the trouble lies, Mr. Schwartz. He tries to throw me all the time. He misses cues, changes readings, everything he knows how to upset me. And above all, he tries to humiliate me before Miss Jones. Makes me look ridiculous. I realize, Mr. Schwartz, that this is a very serious matter to you, but please believe me, it's a very serious matter to me, too. To him, it is not serious at all. It is all a joke. You see, that's what I mean.
Look, Gabbo, I'm not worried about you or your partner. That's what's not driving the act. There's only one thing lousing up your act, and that's Wichita. Oh, sure, I know she's a cute kid and all that, but she's killing the act for swell.
I'm sorry. Sorry, Mr. Schwartz, Miss Jones remains with me. If you have come to make any other suggestions, it's useless to carry on the conversation.
Now, look, Gabbo, who do you think you're trying to kid? Not Ferris, believe me. He wanted to kick you out last night if you didn't get Wichita. I wouldn't be here, only I think you got a great act.
You seem to forget that we have a contract. A very firm contract, Mr. Schwartz.
Sure, I know that. I know that, and so does Ferris. What you don't know is that Ferris can make you play out those 26 weeks anywhere he pleases. Sure, you can have Wichita, you can have her all you want, but you'll have her in every 10-room playhouse across the Panhandle and points north. It's a slow death, but it's painful.
You are threatening me.
No, Gabbo, I'm not threatening you. I'm pleading with you. Look, you may think you can be tough. You can't be half as tough as Joe Ferris. That guy's tough for true. I wouldn't even be here if I didn't like you. I'm trying to help you.
Thank you very much. I appreciate very much what you are trying to do. But as an artist...
As an artist.
As an artist, I cannot compromise. Miss Jones remains with me. If that means that I have to suffer a humiliation by Mr. Ferris, I shall have to suffer.
That's your final word?
That is my final word.
Okay, then I got no choice. I sure hate to do this.
Thank you very much.
Better take a look at that before you go to bed tonight. It may tell you something I wasn't able to. Don't blame me, kid. I did my best.
Oh, hello, Benny.
Well, Wichita, you finally made the palace, didn't you? I only hope it's worth it to you.
Now, what does that mean?
That means I'd like... Be sure and tell all the folks in Amarillo hello for me.
You fool! You fool!
See what you've done? You tried to ruin the act, and you did.
You couldn't take your eyes off her. No wonder you missed every cue.
You are trying to put ideas in my head that are only in yours. You would treat her as you would treat all the rest of them, as though she were dirt, but she's not dirt. Do you hear? She's not dirt.
No.
No. Always you have to soil everything you touch. I never interfered with you. I always let you do as you please. I never tried to take one of your filthy things away from you. Then please let me have her. Let me have her. She's not for you.
You are getting old.
Stop it!
Gabbo.
Stop it! Pepe, please, Pepe, listen to me. Don't laugh, only try to listen. She's not like the others, this child. Not at all. Please, let me tell you so you'll understand. So long ago, very long ago, there was another child like her. The same soft skin, the same hair, the same eyes. Please, Pepe, listen to me. We were very young. Nothing yet had been soiled for either of us. We planned so much together, our whole lives. We were very much alone, but it didn't matter because we had each other. Don't laugh, Pepe, please. Don't laugh. You mustn't laugh. Because that child died. All in one night. And I felt her hand grow cold in mine. Her eyes grow sightless and gray. And always since then I've been alone. And now so late I find her again. But it is not too late, Pepe. It is not too late. Please let me have her. Don't steal her away like you have stolen all the others. Let me have her, please!
No!
Wichita, come back to me.
Now let's pause for a moment and look at our program again. Meet King Colder Cold. Well, I've always liked to meet royalty, so let's go.
Here it is, the king of the Westinghouse Colder Cold refrigerators. Let's have a look at this Westinghouse aristocrat. Isn't it a beauty? Now let's have a look inside. There's the giant freeze chest, the heart of that amazing Westinghouse exclusive Colder Cold. What's so amazing about it? Well, for one thing, Westinghouse Colder Cold gives you temperatures down to 25 degrees below zero when you want to freeze foods fast. And just think, this giant freeze chest holds over a bushel of ice and frozen foods. Keeps those foods frozen safely and steadily for months at a time. And look at the room in the other sections of this spacious refrigerator, where each food is kept at just the temperature it needs. Why, on the bottle storage shelf alone, you can store 28 quarts of milk perfectly chilled. And look at these giant humid drawers. They store almost a bushel of fruits and vegetables. Keep them garden fresh for days.
Come in and see this roomy, beautiful refrigerator freezer, the Westinghouse Aristocrat. And when you buy a Westinghouse Aristocrat, you save up to as much as $80 because it costs much less than other comparable refrigerator freezers on the market. And remember, there's a complete line of Westinghouse refrigerators in my store, all sizes, and prices starting as low as $189.95. Come in and see this wonderful line of Westinghouse refrigerators. I'll be looking for you.
We return now to the rival dummy.
All right, beautiful. Boss not in yet, huh?
Not yet. He should be soon, though. He phoned about 20 minutes ago to say he was on his way. Trying to reach Benny. You haven't seen him, have you?
Oh, he's probably out celebrating New Year's Eve.
At 10:30 in the morning.
It's not too early for Benny when he makes up his mind.
Well, he's not home, that's for sure. You know, I don't know why he pays rent on that place. He never sleeps there.
Any word from Betty yet?
Not yet. I can't raise him. Trying since 9:30.
Well, what's he trying to do, duck me? Keep after him, sweetheart. I gotta have word by noon.
All right.
Oh, wait a minute. There's a couple of numbers you might try. But don't ever tell him you had him or he'll cut your throat, and mine.
I'll try to be careful.
And a word from the great Goon, huh?
No, Benny was supposed to call me last night.
Listen, it's not good to leave a hole like that in the bill on New Year's Eve.
You think I don't know that? That's why I'm late getting in. I've been lining up a neck. A couple of new kids I hear are pretty good. Oh, wait a minute. They're in line for a new musical, but it doesn't go into rehearsal for 3 weeks. Let me see. Oh, yeah, the Astairs. Ever hear of them? Fred and Adele Astaire.
No.
Well, get a hold of that manager and get all the dope on him you can. We'll have to have a press release ready in case.
Right. What do they do?
Dance, I think.
That's the last time I'll trust you as long as I live. Now just try to find me tomorrow morning.
You were supposed to call me last night.
I know, but I was waiting for a word and I didn't get it, so I took another whirl at it this morning.
Any luck?
No.
Okay, Sid, get on that story. We may have to throw him in tonight, so step on it. Right. Look, sweetheart, in 10 minutes, get me Jerry Kern. He'll probably be in his office by then. I just left him.
I don't like it. I just don't like it. I must be nuts. Imagine cutting your own throat over a little blonde like that. And at his age, too.
He probably is nuts. You know, great talent's always pretty close to it. They're teetering on the edge. You know, sometimes I think that's what makes them great and you and me just, well, guys. Yeah?
Wichita's outside.
Oh, interesting.
She want to see me?
Mm-hmm. She doesn't look so good. I tried to talk to her, but she wasn't having any.
Yeah, he couldn't have sent her, could he?
As far as I'm concerned, he can do anything.
Well, maybe we can talk her into quitting. Pay her off.
You can try, but it's pretty difficult when they've been out of work for a year.
Yeah, send her in, sweetheart.
Okay. Come on in, hon.
Thanks. Hope it's all right, Mr. Ferris.
I don't know. I don't know what it's about.
I just wanted to see you for a second. I wanted to give this back to you. It's my contract.
Does that mean you're quitting the act, kid?
Go on, take it.
You'd better hurry up or I might change my mind.
Here, honey, take it easy. You better sit down.
I guess I must look a terrible sight. Even worse than I thought.
What made you quit, kid?
You know, both of you, I wasn't any good.
No, you weren't any good for that act. You had no business being in it.
I know. And then when you saw me on the stair last night, Benny, I don't know. I got scared. That's why I've come here to see you instead of going to him. I don't dare go to him. I don't dare see him again.
What did he do to you? Did he threaten you, or...?
He didn't do anything. He was good to me. You don't know how good he was. But last night I heard him talking to that dummy. And it was terrible. Just terrible.
Yeah. You know, you're being pretty generous, kid. You needn't have given me this. You could have made me pay you off.
What difference does it make? No one will ever give me another job now, anyhow. Well, I guess that's all. And I'm sorry.
Oh, now, here, look what you talk. You mustn't take it like that. Come here, kid. Look, you can't let this get you down. Sure, you loused up the act last night, but anybody else would have done the same thing. Well, Marilyn Miller would have done it.
Please don't be nice to me, Mr. Schwartz. I'll only make a scene.
I'm not being nice. I'm just trying to tell you something. You didn't belong up there, but you were an awful cute thing to look at. That doesn't happen every day. I saw enough to make me think you got something.
Really want to see what I got? It's to Kansas. One way.
Here, you give me that. You're not quitting, do you hear? You're just starting, and you're starting with me. I'm going to make something out of you, and I'm going to make myself a pile of dough while I'm doing it.
You're not just kidding me, are you?
I am not, and just to prove it to you, come back at 12:30 and have lunch with me. If you believe me then, okay. But if you don't, I'm going to turn this ticket back in and cash it and get the cash for it.
Well, I guess there's no harm in one lunch. I can't get into too much trouble that way. Okay, I'll see you at 12:30.
Right on, honey.
What were you doing? Just trying to make her feel good?
Yeah, I guess so. You never know. Sometimes those things pay off. Anyhow, it won't cost me anything. I'll put it on my expense account.
Well, I wonder what happens to the great Gabbo now. Hold up that call to Carney, sweetheart. I want to watch the act tonight before I make up my mind.
Kids, it's been going on for hours.
Here, Pepe, let's talk about
What did you do, Vidal?
I don't know. One more, Maestro.
No, that's enough. Send on the next act.
But you can't leave them like that.
That was sensational. Absolutely sensational.
Where is she?
Look, where's who? You can't ask for her back.
Where is she, Mr. Schwartz?
Oh, yeah, I don't know where she is. As far as I'm concerned, she can be back in Wichita. But let me tell you, Gabbo...
No, Mr. Schwartz. Let me tell you. I went on tonight because I'm an artist. I'm a professional. But I will not go on again. If Miss Jones is not here by tomorrow afternoon, I will not go on again. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I'm going out of my mind.
Do you understand?
No, but I get it that you want Wichita back.
Without her, I will not go on that stage again. And don't pretend you don't know where she is. You know where she is. You and Mr. Ferris got hold of her, frightened her. You perhaps even threatened her. You know where she is. And you better get her back soon, tonight.
Now, look, Gabbo. I'm not going to argue with you. Let me tell you something. Neither Ferris nor I had anything to do with threatening or frightening her or anything else. Whatever she did on her own. If there's anyone to blame, it isn't us. It's you. I saw the kid for a minute last night, and she was scared to death. Where she went after she left here, I don't know. I don't know where she is now.
Then it was you, huh? You know where she is. You did it. Where is she? Answer me. Where is she? You haven't fooled me. I know. I know. You hid her from me. Didn't you? You wanted her for yourself. Didn't you? Go on, say it. You wanted her for yourself. You couldn't bear the thought of me touching her, being near her. So you hid her from me. And now you think you can sneak away while I'm not looking and go to her. And together you will laugh at me because I'm old. Is that it? Is it?
Yes.
No! You lie. You will take me to her tonight or I... No. You'll never have her. You'll never have her.
Gabbo, I don't know
Never
what
have
it is.
her.
I don't know what it is.
Never,
Gabbo,
never.
Gabbo.
You won't.
And that was that. From what I hear of it, he made a pretty good job of it.
That dummy's face was a mess. One of the acts from the parlors came in here the next night, and he said the floor was one big pile of shapes.
Gives me the creeps still thinking about it.
But you mean he actually disappeared after that?
As far as he was concerned, that was murder. He went into hiding from the cops. He's still in hiding.
And that was the same man that was here, huh?
That was the guy. At first, I couldn't believe it. But then, come over here. I found here something on the tablecloth while he was gone. It's there. Always the same. Every night. Always the same.
Sure is a strong word. But over the years, we at Westinghouse have learned to live by that word. Tonight's story of the sureness behind every Westinghouse product brings good news to everyone. Summer's passing means goodbye to golden hours in the sun as millions of Americans turn homeward from shore and country, sun-tanned, invigorated, refreshed. But if you are wondering how soon your summer tan will fade, here's a new 20-watt Westinghouse fluorescent sun lamp that gives 30 times more suntan rays for the same wattage than other types of sun lamps. And these cool tubular Westinghouse sun lamps come in two sizes, 20-watt and 40-watt. In schoolrooms or factories, sunshine tubes like these provide a gradual suntan for a whole room full of people. In offices and hospitals, they provide necessary sunshine vitamins. Whether it's lighting for a ballpark or for your morning shade, for home or business, for farm or factory, you can be sure if it's Westinghouse.
This is Paul Brenson saying goodnight for Westinghouse, inviting you to be with us again next week. Meanwhile, stop at your nearest Westinghouse dealers, won't you? And see that wonderful Westinghouse double oven range and the Westinghouse refrigerator freezer that's so helpful to have in your home. You'll enjoy getting acquainted with these fine Westinghouse products.